Maybe it's live. My papers keep trying to blow off. Good evening, everybody. Get you something to drink and a little snack, maybe. Pull up a chair. We'll get started in about 3 minutes. Hey, why? Hey, Colton. Number one son. How are you tonight? Tired and ready to go home. Well, hopefully it's coming soon. Misty! Greetings! Summer has ended in Ireland. Sideways rain. Oh, man. Oh, no. Where did it go? Have to find it later. You're going to Thailand for Christmas? Oh, that sounds like fun. It's nice and we'll say warm here. It got up to 96 here today, Fahrenheit. Yeah. 30 degrees approximately in real money. Okay. Real money, huh? Well, it was hot here today. We're supposed to start getting some fall-like weather next week. We'll see about that. It's Texas. We don't get fall very often. What time is it? Oh, it's one after. It's time to get going. Good evening, everybody. This is Katie5 KJZ, and it's now time for the Kenton Area Radio Emergency Services Monday Night Net. Name here is Randy. I'll be your director, net control for tonight's net. This net is held on Monday evenings at 1900 hours local on the K5VZC repeater at 147.200. All parties are encouraged to join in and participate, provided you have a valid amateur radio license. Break. Buenos dias. The Canton Area Radio Emergency Services Radio Club meets monthly on the third Wednesday, which just so happens is this week, at the Van Zandt County Library at 18:30 local time, 6:30 for those that don't do 24-hour time. and that's at the Van Zandt County Library. That's next to the Blackwell House historic home on FM 859. Purpose of this net is to build amateur radio use throughout Van Zandt County by providing a venue for operators to become comfortable and proficient speaking over airways. Should that an emergency arise, we'll be ready to help transmit and receive emergency messages. If at any time you do have emergency traffic, call in with break, and that will be taken immediately. So let's go ahead and pause briefly and see if there's any emergency traffic at this time. This is K5 KJZ, the Monday Night Cares Net. Okay, that's always a good thing. All right, well, hearing none, that's always good on the emergency part of it. Anyway, we'll go ahead and start taking check-ins. If you would give me your call sign phonetically and semi-slowly so I can get it logged in, we'll just get call signs for the moment, and then we'll make our path back around, get everybody checked in. This is K5KJZ taking check-ins. Anybody?
Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel Tango Oscar.
Matt just wanted to be first. That's all right.
Kilo 5, Oscar Bravo Charlie.
Hey, it's Dave.
Whiskey India 5, Alpha Tango Whiskey. Kilo India 5, Bravo Delta India.
Small crowd so far. Where is everybody? Can't still be on vacation. Well, maybe not.
Kilo Juliet 5, Gulf India Oscar.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and take that break. All right, we'll go ahead and take that pause right there and go ahead and net will recognize KJ5HTO, K5OBC, WI5ATW, KI5BDI, and KJ5GIO. Any additional check-ins for tonight's Monday Night Cares Net? This is K5KJZ. Maybe not. Maybe a small crowd tonight. That's all right. Misty, are you going to get a license? That'd be pretty cool from Ireland. Have to figure out a way to get you. There's ways of making it work over the net. All right, hearing none, I guess we'll go ahead and take what we got and use what we got in front of us. So we'll go ahead and start with KJ5HTO, your check-in, name, approximate location, and whether or not you got any traffic for tonight's net.
All right, good evening, everyone. Name is Matt. I'm located here a couple miles east of Canton, here at I-20 and 1255, and I have no info for the or no traffic tonight. So KJ5HTO back to net.
All right. Good to hear you this evening, Matt. And I'll just go ahead and point out before we get too much further, we're going to try to slow it down just a little bit this week. Now that we've got the Primrose linked in, we've still got some Squelch Tail timers that are a little too long, and we haven't had a chance to tweak them down a little bit so they're shorter. So if you would, pause for quite a bit and wait for the repeater to drop out before you key it up. We're going to see how that works for us. Anyway, moving right along. Next we have Mr. K5OBC. Your check-in, please, sir.
This is K5OBC. My name's David, and I am 3 miles north of Interstate 20 on FM 1255, and no traffic for tonight.
Thank you, David. Good to hear you again. All right, next we got WI5ATW. Your check-in, please, sir.
This is WI5ATW. My name is Aaron. I am about a mile north of I-20 off Highway 64, and I have no traffic.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. Good to hear you this evening, sir. Next we have KI5BDI. Your check-in, please.
KI5BDI, this is Kevin, 5 miles north of I-20 off of Highway 19. I am traffic free.
Wow, no traffic in front of your house? Well, you just can't see Interstate 19 from there. Not that it's an interstate, but anyway, it seems like it at times. Thank you, sir. Good to hear you. Next we have KJ5GIO. Your check-in, please.
Hey, it's Ryan, south of Wills Point, off 47, no traffic.
All right. Good evening, team, Mr. Ryan. Good to hear you again. All right, we'll go ahead and pause briefly and see if there's anybody else that would like to check in with us for tonight's Monday Night Cares Net. This is K5KJZ. Any additional check-ins?
KJ5HCG, just go listen in tonight. I'll be trolling, I guess. KJ5HCG.
All right, Charlie. Well, glad you made it. All right, anybody else for tonight? Monday Night Cares Net. K5KJZ.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Alpha, Victor, short time.
All right, Cody, got you in there, and one for the log. Be careful this evening. Thank you, sir. All right, well, without any further ado, we're going to drop off and see if Mr. Kevin happens to have a wonderful bad dad joke for us this week. Mr. Kevin?
KI5BDI, what kind of music does Jupiter listen to? What kind of music does Jupiter listen to? Anybody got an answer?
What kind of music does Jupiter listen to? Lunar music? Stellar music? K5KJZ, would it happen to be stellar music?
Good answer, but not correct. Anybody else?
Anybody got a guess online? What kind of music does Jupiter listen to?
K5 OBC.
Let's see if Dave's got it.
Go ahead.
Moon rock. Okay.
Well, I'm assuming it has to be something big, so I'll say Big Band.
Huh, big band.
I like that, actually. That's pretty cool. Actually, Jupiter listens to Neptunes.
Oh. Ouch. Neptunes. Ah, yes. Neptunes. All right, Mr. Kevin. I'm not sure if that was painful or not, but anyway, it's something to chew on. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, tonight we got questions centered around games and or toys from the 20th, from the 20th century anyway. That turned out to be a little, we'll say crazy or whatnot, odd, peculiar, obscure. Those are all fun words. So let me cue up the first one and get it out to you. Close that. All right, we're going to start off with an easy one. So here's the question. It's kind of long, but it should be easy enough for you. This popular but dangerous 20th century yard game, played outside, yard, involves throwing heavy metal objects, metal tipped darts, banned by the U.S. and Canada in 1980. Does anybody remember what that was called? This laptop is not cooperating tonight. Oh, we had a nasty double and nobody won. So one station at a time, please. Not getting it. I'm sorry to say, but that was a bad double again. Nothing but noise. Not even. I can't even pull out a call sign. Try one more time, please. Ooh. Nobody wants to try again, huh?
Okay, well, I'm going to try it one more time.
There we go.
KZ5 HCO.
There you go. Go ahead, Mr. Matt.
All right. That wonderful game was called Lawn Darts, and we actually had a set.
Yeah. I don't doubt that a bit. Yeah. Some people call them cousin darts. You know, when the cousins are over, you throw them at your cousins or whoever else happens to be standing around. All right, moving right along. Let me cue up the next one. All right, this one's going to be a little bit harder, so put on your thinking caps. In the 1980s, which toy figures were recalled for spraying children in the face with foul-smelling and potentially toxic air? I'll read that to you one more time. In the 1980s, which toy figures were recalled for spraying children in the face with foul-smelling and potentially toxic air? Anybody got a guess? No? Maybe? Anybody online got one for me? Uh-oh. I stumped everybody.
Yeah, 5ATW.
Come on, drop out. Go ahead, Mr. Aaron. You got an answer for us?
I'm gonna make a wild guess. I remember it was like a plastic that you stuck a straw in and blew on it, and it made little balloons. Seems like that was toxic. WI5ATW.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. No, that's not it. Well, I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name of it right now. But no, that's not the one they're looking for. But seems like I got everybody stumped on this one. The answer they're looking for was breath blasters. Breath blasters. I don't know that I ever had any of those. I know my kids didn't. So anyway, moving right along to the next one. All right, here you go. This 1976 arcade game is considered one of the first video games to attract major controversy. What did players have to drive over in the game to score points? I'll read that to you one more time. The 1976 arcade game is considered one of the first video games to attract major controversy. What did the players have to drive over in the game to score points? Anybody got a guess? This is Katie Fowler, KJZ, Monday Night Cares Net. How about online? Anybody got a guess for me? Some of y'all weren't around in 76. Pedestrians? That's pretty good. But no, that's not what they're looking for. Not pedestrians. Uh-oh. I think I may have stumped everybody. Gonna check one more time. Anybody got a guess on that one? 76 arcade game is considered one of the first video games to attract major controversy. What did the players have to drive over in the game to score points? All right. Well. Uh-oh. Okay, I stumped everybody. The answer they're looking for is Gremlins. Gremlins is what appeared as a humanoid figure, and they banned that. So they didn't want people driving over things. I guess, how the games have changed now, because they've gotten a whole lot worse. All right, let's see who can get this one. I think it's fairly easy. We'll see. This was a board game that was marketed as a board. Just said that. I read that wrong. What game marketed as a board game in the 20th century has spiritualist origins and was sold by Parker Brothers beginning in 1966? Anybody need me to reread that one or have a guess? 85 KJZ. Ouija, there's one. Matt, you won that one. Go ahead, sir.
All right, I'm going to go with the Ouija board on that one. The Ouija board. KJ5, HTO, back to net.
All right. Well, that is kind of sort of, well, mostly the correct answer. Is it really Ouija or is it Ouija? And since it's Ouija, has an A on the end of it, is it A silent? I don't know. Don't care. Anyway, good guess, sir. All right, here's your next one. In the 1960s board game, players used a plastic hammer to hit nails into a box while trying to avoid what from a central plastic stand? Wait a minute, that's no. Yeah, I'll read it one more time. In the 1960s board game, players used a plastic hammer to hit nails into a box while trying to avoid what from a plastic stand, central plastic stand. So everybody's hitting this plastic stand, trying to keep from doing something. And you have a hammer and nails. Does anybody remember what was in that stand? That's what they're looking for. 85 KJZ. Any guesses? Uh-oh. These are stumping everybody. I know we didn't have one of these. Okay. Kind of quiet. Break the ice. Well, I think it was the predecessor to Break the Ice, Colton. But Break the Ice is not what they're looking for. There was something that you wanted to keep from breaking that was inside the stand. What was inside the stand? It's not, it was before Break the Ice. All right, so we had a guess online of Break the Ice, but that's not what they're looking for. I guess it was the predecessor to that. Any clues? 85 KJZ. Got a whole lot of nothing tonight. I'm going to have to find easier questions, maybe, or more relevant questions. Hey, there you go. If anybody's got any suggestions for questions, send them to me. We'll do that next week. Open to suggestions. All right, well, it's a little quiet, so what they were looking for is a balloon bursting. There was a balloon inside this stand, and as you were hitting the hammer, or hitting the nail with the hammer, they were trying to keep you from breaking the balloon. Don't even know the name of that game. I don't think I ever saw it. Maybe one of y'all had one. Who knows? All right, let's try this one. See if anybody has a good answer for it. What feature did Milton Bradley's Smell-O-Rama board game in the 1960s include? Which players could use to release different scents? That's smelling kind of scents. So, what feature did Milton Bradley Smell-O-Rama board games in the 1960s include? Something that we still use today. So, who's got a guess for me? 85 KJZ. Kaboom. That might be it, D. Not sure.
AFI BDI.
Go ahead, Mr. Kevin. You got an answer for us? Quick keyed on that one. I shouldn't have.
How about scratch and sniff cards?
There you go. Sulfur. Yeah. Sulfur stinks. We'll keep the chiggers off of you, though. Sprinkle it around your feet before you go out in the field. Keep the chiggers off. Been there, done it. Yes, sir. In fact, you do have that one. Scratch and sniff smell panels is what they came out with. I don't think we still have that game. I haven't seen it anyway. Good guess, sir. Cabbage Patch. I'm running out of good ones. All right, well, the others are really on the list are not even close to being relevant. So we're going to skip that. So we'll go ahead and start drawing this to a close. And like I said online, if y'all got any suggestions for questions, send it to me. And we'll try out suggestions for next week or something. Topics, that kind of thing. Suggestions are always appreciated. So we'll go ahead and start with our checkouts for this week. And we'll go ahead and start with the top of the list, Mr. Matt, KJ5HTO. Any additional information, checkout information, or traffic that everybody needs to know other than see everybody at the meeting on Wednesday?
All right, Randy. No, I don't have any other traffic at all. Y'all just have a good rest of your week. Appreciate the questions tonight. Those were interesting. Learned something new. There's a couple games in there. I have no clue what they were. So anyhow, KJ5 HTO, back to net.
All right, Matt. Thanks for stopping by and chatting with us this evening. Thank you for your participation as well. We'll hope to see you on Wednesday. Next, we have Mr. David, K5OBC. Your checkout.
This is K5OBC. I had a lot of fun on listening to that tonight. I do miss the lawn darts, though. I had a lot of fun playing with those. 73, everybody. This is K5OBC. Clear.
We'll have to make some new ones and bring them out to play. Teach these kids how to play lawn darts. Maybe even put a little of that, whatever it was, that green frog, that poison frog juice on the end of it. That would be more interesting. Make it fun. All right. Good to hear you again, David. Have a good time, sir. Next, we have WI5ATW.
This is WI5ATW. Appreciate y'all doing the net. I enjoyed it. Hope y'all have a good week and have no further traffic. Back to net.
Misty, did you have any of those fun games as a kid? All right, Mr. Aaron. Good to hear you this evening, sir. Thank you for your participation as well. Next, we have, let's see, drop down here, KI5BDI. Your checkout, please, sir.
KI5BDI, good job with the trivia questions. Those were different and interesting. I hope to see everybody here, not here, but at the meeting on Wednesday. KI5BDI, back to net control.
All right, Mr. Kevin. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here. Next, we have KJ5GIO. Your checkout, please, sir.
All right, try to talk to y'all next week. KJ5GIO.
Come on. There it is. All right, Mr. Ryan. Good to hear you again, sir. Have yourself a good week. Next we have, if he's still around, KJ5HCG. You still with us, Charlie? He may have checked out. I think Charlie already checked out. KF5VAV was short time, so we'll go ahead and mark him as closed. And we'll go ahead and draw this to an end. So thank y'all for participating in the net tonight. And if you have any suggestions for topics, send them to me. This is KD5KJZ returning the repeater back to normal amateur use. Good evening, guys. And, well, gals. Online. Y'all have a good one. KD5KJZ clear. Yeah, again, everybody, if you got any suggestions for topics, send them to me. Be happy to look at them and maybe bring them in next week or week following after. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Talk to y'all later. 7-3 from Texas. K5 KJZ will be clear. See y'all.